All right, I want to tell you how modes work. My name's Jim Donica. You can contact me through jimdonica.com, and I'm doing video lessons, and we'd love to hear from you. Um, let's talk about modes. All right, they can be explained really easily and really quickly. If you take a C major scale, right? We all have to at some point deal with major scales and minor scales and all that stuff if we're a musician. So here's a C major scale. So C D E F G A B C. C D E F G A B C B A G F E D C. Those notes, all the modes in the key of C lay with those notes, right? So if you run a C major scale, you got your first mode. That's called an Ionian mode. So if you go to the second degree of the scale, and I'm going to march up the A string and play the D here because I'm running the scales this way. That way you get the shape of the mode, but it's still just C major scale, just starting on the second degree of the scale. So you've got D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Right? Has a different feel to it. Right? Different chords inside of it. If you go root, third, fifth, 7, you have a minor 7th chord. But in the Ionian mode, if you go root, third, 5th, 7th, staying with the notes in the scale, you have 1, 3, 5, major 7. Different sound, different scale. From the second degree, the Dorian mode. Root, third, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. The first degree of that scale, third degree of that scale, 5th and 7th. That's a minor 7th chord. Modes are helpful. You go to the third degree of a C major scale. That is the note is an E. Go E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. That's a different sound, right? You got that half step. Different shape, different architecture than any other mode. And if you go root, third, 7th, root, third, 7th, root, third, 5th, 7th, you still have a minor 7th chord. So you go to the 4th degree of the scale, you got your, that's called a Phrygian mode. Phrygian. Right? So you go to the 4th degree of the C major scale, you got an F, you have an F Lydian scale running F to F. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? And if you do root, third, 5th, 7th, that will spell an F major 7 chord. Right? Okay, but you got that interval. That makes it different than a major scale. So you go to the 5th degree of the C major scale, you get the note G, and you run G to G in C major, you get your Mixolydian scale. Right? Its major feature is that it has this flat 7. The 7th degree of this scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the key of C, that's an F natural, so that makes it also called a dominant scale. Because a dominant chord also has that flat 7, because it's related to the 5th degree of the key. And then if you go to the 6th degree of the scale, you get an Aeolian scale. Right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Then root 3rd, 5th, 7th. Right? Minor 7th chord. And then from the 7th degree of the C major scale, which is a B, you run the Locrian scale. And if you do root 3rd, 5th, 7th, you'll notice that you got root 3rd, flat 5th, flat 5, 7th. And then C on top. And you can run the Ionian scale again. Going back down. That's Locrian, Aeolian, Mixolydian, Lydian, Phrygian, Dorian, Ionian. All right. So put that in your bag of tricks. There's a lot of harmony in that, and it's just a C major scale. March it up the neck, get to know the neck. Check out my fingerings. You can copy those and see how that goes for you. Roots, thirds, fifths, sevenths outlines the chords that you would be expected and required to outline as your function as a bass player. So there you go. Contact me at jimdonica.com if you want to study. I want to make you a better bass player. Thanks very much. Talk to you. Bye.